offense for the last few sessions. Are you liking the improvement you're seeing on your side?
I think the guys in the back end, are competing when the ball's in the air, which is good to see. The quarterback position is, those guys, we got some very elusive players. So without it being a live session, I'm not ready to say, if we're going to finish some of those plays. The tailbacks they have are elusive, the quarterbacks are elusive. So it's one thing tagging off in a thud tempo, it's another thing when those things go live.
You mentioned the other day that it's a little bit hard to get a good read on some of the position groups like DL, especially up the middle, and somewhat up the middle on linebackers too. What do you look for in these practices before you have more contact to see the guys doing their job? We're
looking for technique, communication. The inside backer room, we spend so much time on our alignments. That so much of our alignments and our run game success or challenges is how we space ourselves out. So these are great opportunities for alignments with tempo, formations, adjustments, all those things. So that's what we're looking for, the linebacker position. And the defensive line, we're looking for great technique, great pad level in these sessions when you're not with the shoulder pads and playing behind their hands and doing a good job of striking and using technique of getting off blocks and disengaging.
Obviously, when guys like Nate Burrell break through for a sack, it's obviously doing their job on a play like that.
It is, and there's every player in the interior position has. I almost think of them like as a pitcher. Some guys got different fastballs, in the speed or the get off. I think it plays differently to those combinations of the center and guards. When you get bigger guys or guys that are a little bit twitchier, I think it plays off a little bit differently.
What are you looking for specifically in tomorrow's series?
I want to see great execution. The execution, we are going to be challenged in the throw game, in the run game. So, can guys execute the way we've instructed? And then ultimately, can we finish? Finish when the ball's in the air or finish when it goes live. The tag off, again, tag off is always going to favor the defense. But the elusiveness of some of the skill players, if they make the first guy miss, those turn into explosive plays. So finishing those plays is paramount.
Do you expect there to be enough hitting to really get a sense of tackling efficiency?
We'll see how tomorrow comes off. Coach will let us know how much we're going to go, and that's up to his discretion on how long we go live. But we're going to treat it. We're going to put our coaches up in the booth, on defense and offense, and we're going to administer this. We'll have referees tomorrow, so as much as we get live, we'll be able to measure the efficiency that way.
Do you expect all the healthy players to participate? In other words, like would Jackson participate?
We'll probably talk about that as a staff. Really, typically we're about this afternoon. We meet together at 12:45 as a defensive staff. We start planning this afternoon's walkthrough, and then what the rep counts look like the following day. So we haven't addressed that yet.
Across the board, it feels like teams go live less and less every season. How do you kind of make up for that lack of hitting in practice?
I don't think you do. I think the effort in which you play, run into the ball, the tempo of play, but it's such a fine balance, and everybody's got a different tolerance, different temperament, a different philosophy of what it takes to get ready. So I've been in places that we've had 150 play live scrimmages, and you've been in places that we haven't tackled live through an entire fall camp. So it's all about getting the guys ready to whatever we think is best for them, based on a lot of variables, health, experience. So there's a lot of layers to that.
Would it be nice to know whether you guys can tackle a guy like Sam?
Yeah, but even in those settings, I think the space in which a quarterback gets tackled is completely different than the space the running back gets tackled, and not many schools in America are ever going to really let you tackle the quarterback.
What has Nate shown you through camp so far?
Nate
Burrell.
Nate Burrell. Nate's continued to develop. Nate's a twitchy, disruptive player in the interior position. I think he's playing with much better technique. When he first got here, he put a significant amount of weight on, and then he kind of tempered back down. Now I think he's built himself back up to be able to handle that more effectively, and he's continued to be disruptive, and I think, again, his better days are ahead.
Ricky's got a lot of experience from the spring, has continued to kind of build on that. What have you seen from him so far in camp?
First thing, I think Ricky has matured immensely physically, and that means he's out of a spot, height, weight, not really height obviously, but weight that he's put a tremendous amount of care to put himself in the best position. And I think you're seeing the best version of Ricky that we've seen because of what he's doing off the field and how he's managing his weight.
David is obviously a unique talent. Kind of feels like he's getting more comfortable. What can he do to kind of complement what you guys get from Xavier out at the outside linebacker spot?
I think, we talked about David last week. David has really heavy hands at the point of attack. He can, in my opinion, he can play bigger than his stature, and then he's got some twitch off the edge. He can win on some edge pass rushes, and I think the most important part about what David brings, I think he has the ability of when the quarterback does escape the pocket and he is in space, I think he has some of the tools to run those guys down.
All right, everybody good?